What are you? I can't even tell you how many times I had to answer that question in my life. And not once did Vaughn Thompson Jr. seem like a good enough answer. Man, sometimes it didn't even seem like human would suffice. So now I just say, I am third culture. But what is third culture? Well, how about we start with this? 1 + 2 = 3. And this plus that equals me. How about I got some of my mom and a lot of my dad? Half of me is Korean while the other side's from Germany. See, it's a simplified way to convey cultural complexity. I'm more than a skin color or a racial ethnicity. I'm a sojourner in life with a spiritual heredity. I'm a spirit and I'm a soul with an otherworldly destiny. It's my past plus my present mixed in with society. And it's not just who I've been, it's what I will be. So what is third culture? It's me. Diversity personified, complexity simplified, simplicity mystified. I don't look like you and I don't talk like you. I'm a misfit. So I take some of this culture and a little of that culture and I put it together and now I'm a mixed fit. Trying to figure out who I am and where I belong, then I discover I'm a his fit. You see, it's the struggle and it's the fight, and now it's the only thing I can get down with. The thought of choosing what group I had to belong to had me thinking I couldn't take it, but then I realized something that set me free. My culture is what I make it. Life keeps giving me a bunch of boxes and none of them seem to fit. So if this playlist of traditional categories are the songs, well then I guess that makes me the remix. See, all of the above is a good place to start, but since you mentioned the beginning, take a listen to my heart. I'm that little kid, bowl cut, Asian eyes, eating cheeseburgers but with kimchi on the side. Fried chicken with egg rolls and french fries with chopsticks, but I'm American as baseball. After I watch my Bruce Lee flicks. I take my shoes off at the door and then I bow to my mom's friends. But then I put on my John Deere hat and I help my daddy with his deer skins. I got the 50s on the vinyl, I got the 60s on the AM, I got the 70s on my 8-track, and I got the 80s in my Walkman. I'm singing every word with the Temptations, and I'm slapping my legs to that bluegrass station. I'm even moonwalking with Michael Jackson. But then I slipped that Run DMC tape in. See, I'm that Korean kid out in the country trying to fit in at the white school. But I'm also that white kid at the Korean church struggling with my Hangul. 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 Vaughn입니다. Or should I just say, hi, my name is Vaughn. Hang my head in shame and keep walking by. Kids at school would be like, where are you from? I'd say, just right over yonder. No, where you really from? Oh, you talking about my mother. She's from Korea. Oh, does she know Jackie Chan? Bro, he's Chinese. You're way off, man. Yo, I'm culturally conflicted, a paradoxical entity. A true case of East meets West. A hip-hop Korean hillbilly. See, I'm not black and I'm only half Asian. I'm not Hispanic, I'm just a little Caucasian. And do I really have a motherland if I still consider my daddy's clan? Because if I had to travel all the way to Seoul just to find a piece of my soul, that answers some of the questions, but I have no clue what to do with the rest of me, though. So if I can't fully identify with any minority, when and where will I ever be a majority? So again, what are you? As if human is not sufficient? But since you asked the question, I'll see if I can explain it a bit. Other. See, we them misfits, them third culture kids, those cultural chameleons that survive and blend in. The kind of kids that you can't box in, even though they're checking the box labeled other on all those government documents. The ones that never feel at home, no matter what side of the border they home sit. Third culture kids live like artists, the cultures are the colors and the life is the canvas. No flag is their home and they usually speak more than one language. Their lifestyle, nomadic, passports never static. Monocultural, you can have it. So you can't go home, man, when you're a global nomad, because home's where the heart's at, not just where you hang your coat and your hat. That's not just a matter of fact, it's somewhere between white and black. It's not quite this, and it's certainly not that. It's a mixture of them all. It's a liquid habitat. See, I read of a man who was acquainted with this grief. He didn't come from a place of betrayal and physical suffering. His daddy's home was a place of perfection, eternal abundance, lacking nothing. Absolutely beautiful, constantly truthful, forever youthful, and where inclusive is the usual, and where love is crucial and resistance to it is futile. You see, Jesus Christ, well, that's the ultimate third culture kid, destroying all barriers that would separate us from each other and from him. So now there's no more Jews, no more Greeks, and no more Gentiles. We no longer strangers and foreigners. We belong here now. See, you can't define me. You can't tell me what I am. That's not up to you. That's up to him. I am who he says I am, and I will see what he promised to me. I am his design, and he is my destiny. I was made third culture. I wasn't made from just one thing. I'm a collaboration of colors. That's what makes me look like him. I used to be ashamed of it. I used my identity as a crutch, an excuse to not stand out. and conveniently blame it on this, that, and such. But here's the twist. When you really think about it, we all third culture kids. A bunch of wandering immigrants. It's deeper than the skin and the degrees of melanin. It's more significant than the borders and the countries that we're living in. It's about a true home and a place of origin. We're all just passing through onto our new settlement. So until we get there, we make the best of it. We walk the straight and narrow from the Old to the New Testament. We speak the truth to all God's youth and tell them who to put their trust and their hope in. So what are you? I thought I told you. But since you asked again, I am third culture.